Hey, what's up, guys? Nick Pell coming to you once again from my white room, and this week I have not a book review for you, but a video game review. This is one of the first ones I'm trying out, but I'm going to be reviewing for you guys Final Fantasy XIII-2. I recently finished up this title a few days ago. It originally came out, I think, February or March of this year, 2012, and I just recently got around to buying it and playing it. Here's my review for it, and I will mainly be covering story, graphics, gameplay, and enjoyment, obviously talking about characters and other things involved in that. So, in terms of the story, it starts off about a year, I believe, after the events of the original Final Fantasy XIII. The very opening cutscene that you see is Lightning, who was the main character in the first game. She's just in Valhalla, which in Nordic mythology is kind of the afterlife place where warriors kind of fight throughout the end of time. And you see her in Valhalla, and she's just in this armor, and she's just this warrior, and it's pretty cool. And you just see this epic fight with this guy named Caius Ballad, who you meet and learn about throughout the story. And that kind of sets it up for you. Very soon you get to play as Sarah, who is the main character in this. You see her, she starts out in New Bodom, I believe it's called. She's just kind of going throughout her life. Everyone has forgotten the events of Final Fantasy XIII, or at least they've forgotten Lightning in the events of it. But she still remembers these things, and so she's very confused as to why this is happening. Very quickly you learn it's paradoxes and time being morphed and whatnot. And she meets our second main character, who's Noel. And he comes from 700 years in the future and has been recruited by Lightning to kind of seek out Sarah and aid her in helping to resolve these paradoxes. Yeah, that is more or less the story. I didn't really have any problem with it. I see some reviews that have said like the story wasn't really that good, but I don't know, I didn't really mind it too much. I felt that it worked really well. It was a pretty good sequel, and I felt that the events in 13.2 fit into what happened with 13. So, I don't know, I thought the story was good. In terms of graphics are, as usual with the Final Fantasy and SquareEnix games, they are marvelous and awesome. CGI cutscenes are as awesome and amazing as usual, and even the in-game gameplay graphics are spectacular. You can really find very little fault with them, if any at all. And so we move on to gameplay, and that in that aspect is very similar to Final Fantasy XIII in terms of how the battle system works. And how that works is, well, if you played Final Fantasy XIII, you'll know how it works. It works very similar to that. You kind of set up 3 to 5 moves depending on how high your ATP bar is, or ATB, something like that. Then you just attack. You get multiple, I think it's six different battle options that you can do. So like Commando, Ravager, Sentinel, Syringist, Medic, and then one other that I'm blanking on. And then in terms of leveling up, it returns to the Crystarium, but does it in a different format. You have the same level grid for all those 6 stages. So like if you want to do Commando for Null, you would upgrade that. You could get it all the way up to level 99. Upgrade, say, Sentinel. But you would start at the spot that you left off with Commando. So the grid just continues, and so you have to continue to get stronger and get more levels for each skill that you gain. That was kind of interesting, but I didn't really feel like it hurt it at all. And another feature is the monsters as your third party member. This I also didn't really have an issue with. I felt that it was incorporated pretty well into the game, and without it you probably would have been kind of screwed at some points. I mainly used it with a medic and then a commando if I needed to get an enemy staggered, but for the most part I really didn't have any issue with it. In terms of open worldness, it does a better job than Final Fantasy XIII did, although I did not really have a problem with the linearness that Final Fantasy XIII was. But the 13.2 is much more open, and you can kind of go wherever you want more willingly, I guess you could say. because you can kind of explore worlds. You're not just going from point A to point B to point C to point D and in a straight line. And that's about it for gameplay as far as I know. If you want me to talk about anything else, leave it in the comments. And we'll move to enjoyment. And as you can tell, I really did enjoy this game. I didn't really have too many issues with it. I mainly play games for the enjoyment of them. I don't really, unless there's like a major issue that pisses me off, like something gameplay wise or story wise or something like that, then most games don't. I'm usually fine with most games. So yeah, I recommend it. I thought it worked really well. I'm excited for 13.3. Yes, there will be a 13.3. I almost guarantee it, because the very ending of the game, I'm not going to spoil anything, don't worry. But it is a cliffhanger, and it's a very good cliffhanger. I knew it was a cliffhanger going into it, but I expected it would be that good. And you could probably find it online if you are really curious and you want to spoil the game for you. If you have not played it already and you're watching this, yeah, I'm excited for that, and I look forward to it. Recommended if you like SquareEnix Final Fantasy games, but Final Fantasy XIII. And yeah, that's about it. Let me know how you liked this video game review. Do you think I should continue doing them? Do you think I should change anything? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I would appreciate it, and whatnot. As usual, my name is Pell, and for this time, keep on gaming.